Hi everyone, I'm Allison Felke, the instructor for this course, and I am the faculty lead at the Boulder County campus for early childhood education. Welcome to this introductory course into early childhood ed. I am going to show you very quickly an overview of what types of activities we have here available to you, things that you're going to want to know how to find quickly in D2L, and kind of just how I've got certain routine experiences laid out for you. So if you have taken an online class before, you're going to notice that D2L, Desire to Learn, our learning management system, this is our virtual classroom. It looks a little different. It's not really different, but it looks a little different. So I will show you, first of all, I think I should log in as a student and show you this first so you can see the view from your point of view. This should look more familiar now. So what you'll see here is on the main screen, you're going to see an announcements page. This is going to populate with varied news announcements, and sometimes I'll post videos after we do experiences and activities to kind of summarize or clarify things. Please note that these announcements will kind of pile on in the middle here, so even if maybe you haven't logged in a few days, you might want to scroll through them to make sure that you see them. There is only one announcement at this point at the start of class, and it's this introductory welcome message from me. You will notice that the banner at the top here, where there's a list of course materials, activities, progress, front range resources, and tech support is new. I highly recommend you just kind of play around, drop down the menu, look around at things. If you go to discussions here in activities, those have a few things in there that are not they're not edited by me yet, so please don't go to discussions to find your work. Everything we do in this class is driven through the content tool. So always come in to class, look at the announcements page first to see if there's anything you've missed. Check up at the mail messages here, this little icon with the envelope. This is actually called D2L internal messaging. Go there and make sure that you don't have any messages waiting for you, and then head to the content under course materials. This is, again, where the virtual classroom happens in my course. So you'll see it pops right to the first thing that is available to me here in the Getting Started area. And you do have a checklist here, which is a very easy to use checklist. Make sure you go through all these items, and you can check the boxes once you've done the things to just make sure that you're getting off on the right track. You'll see these little breadcrumbs here where it's showing me a menu, table of contents, getting started, syllabus and course policies, and getting started checklist. So I'm going to go back to the getting started by just clicking that and show you this module again. Now in every module there will be a checklist. It will look a little different than the one you just saw, and I'll show you that in a minute. But the most important thing is to just get started, really read the syllabus, make sure you understand everything. To open the content for week 1, you're going to need to complete the syllabus and D2L scavenger hunt, which is the last thing in the list here. You're also going to notice in the Getting Started module that I've put some information about myself here, my biography, and how to contact me. I do prefer that you use D2L internal messaging as the primary source of contact for me. I will be in and out a lot during the summer, doing a lot of traveling, working from the road, and that's going to be the best way to reach me. Phone won't be very useful to me because that goes to my office line. And you can use my my regular front range email as well. But the best is the D2L internal messaging, since this is where the course is living. Make sure you read through all of the items here and under participation and engagement so you know what to expect, especially around discussions and how those are graded. You can see there's a whole section here on assignments, and you can preview these, but you don't have to get into too much detail until the week that they are that I'm helping you to build those assignments. So yeah, again, you can preview them. Just don't fret if it's not clear to you yet, because it will become clear as we get going. Okay, so once you complete the D2L scavenger hunt, then week 1 content will open for you. So now you are seeing that I have completed my survey, and now I can see here's week 1 content and here's week 2 content. We'll go click here onto week 1 content so you can kind of see what happens with this. You're going to see an introductory area where I talk a little bit about what we're going to study during the week, and then you're going to see a checklist. And this is a checklist. It's titled a checklist here. You can see that right here, checklist. And you will be able to click things off as you complete them on your own. So these are manual checks, and what happens here is that as you do this, the progress bar at the top of the screen, you'll see I'll uncheck something and you'll see it go down to 33% instead of 50 when I click this. That progress bar is based on what I've checked off. So it's not automatically tracking that for you, so just know that that's just showing you what you've already checked off. To access these things, instead of going to the different places in detail to find them, just click the title. It'll take you right to the items. Goodie bags are going to be part of every week's work. You are going to review the goodie bags, and in the goodie bags, and I explain this in your first goodie bag here, but there are a lot of different things. As I scroll down here, you're seeing videos, you're seeing screencasts from me, you're seeing some links to articles and a prompt and different things that you can do to complete this. And then when you're done with this, you're going to be prompted to engage in a discussion about the goodie bag. Now, the goodie bag is made up of things that really I think it looks like I'm actually setting these up so the goodie bag discussions will happen in the week following the week that you go through them. But what they do is supplement the textbook. So whatever you have read in the text, you're going to be also getting some extra resources from me to do this. Now, I'm not expecting you to spend very detailed, close time with all of the items in here. I want you to review them, browse the things that are most interesting to you, and try your best to at least view everything that you can in them. Some weeks you will have so much material that it doesn't make sense to do that. I'm really looking at, this is the type of thing that would replace what we would be doing in a face-to-face classroom if we were meeting face-to-face instead. So that's a little bit about the goodie bags. Another thing that happens a lot in the class is going to be reading responses and learning activities. So you're going to expect to see those kinds of things in the checklist, and it will be titled for you like this one, learning activity. What age might I want to work with? And I'm giving you some videos of working with different ages, and then you're going to just submit a response here. You'll notice that D2L, it's built in the discussion tool here. You'll see this listed as a discussion topic, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a discussion unless I title it a discussion. So if it's a learning activity and I ask you to make a comment like this example, you don't have to reply to everybody the way you do with a discussion. A discussion is a conversation. Okay, and then your reading responses are simple. They're going to just be read the chapter, write down some quotes, brief excerpts or questions from the chapter, and put that in a heading, and then type an explanation of why you chose that particular section. And there's an example for you there, so that you will always know kind of what I'm looking for that. Those go into the assignment Dropbox. And if you have taken a class with us before, the new Daylight interface for D2L calls the Dropbox assignments now. So just know that there's been a slight change there. And that's really it. I think if you just keep following the content checklist, you're going to be just fine. Please do send me any questions that you have. And again, through internal messages is the best. You will have applied assignments. That will be another thing that will show up in your checklist. Those are worth more points than your learning activities, and they are expected to be almost like exams. It's not a multiple choice test or anything like that, but it's your opportunity to demonstrate to me that you have learned the content that I expected you to learn that week. And so those are a little bit more detailed. You will also have two larger assignments, a classroom observation assignment, and that I will warn you when you need to start scheduling those. I don't want you to be observing your own classroom if you're already working in a classroom, but I do want you to go visit two different programs. We'll talk more about that as the time comes. And also we have a key assessment, which is kind of like your final assessment, and that's this: you take a position assignment. And again, this will start to happen a little further down the road. It is really a summative assessment of your learning in this class and your ability to engage professionally with the early childhood field. So this is an exciting conversation we're going to have about often controversial topics in early childhood, and I've got a lot of suggested topics for you to pursue. You're simply going to find some resources with multiple perspectives on the topic. You're going to take notes on that and submit your notes, and then you're going to create a presentation, and I will help you with the technology of that, that you will post to a discussion and have a conversation with your peers in a 3-week interval for each step of the project. So that will be happening. Otherwise, again, just make sure that you always know to reference the syllabus. That's where the most up-to-date information will be, and that you can always reference the Contact Me Allison area to remind yourself how to find me and communicate with me. So I'm really looking forward to working with you this semester. It's going to be very brief. It's 10 weeks. It means that the content is accelerated. Normally a course runs 15 weeks. It's the same amount of content in 10 weeks instead of 15. So it happens fast and furious, and there are going to be times when we're doubling up chapters and spending more time than we would normally spend in a 15-week class, because it is an accelerated course. So just be aware of that. If that's not what you were expecting, I won't be offended if you need to take a 15-week course to be successful in the future. I do advise students, so if you want to talk about your goals, your professional goals, I'm always available to help with that as well. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you, sort of, online in our virtual classroom.